Yashodanandana Brojo Janaran Yashodanandana Brojo Janaran Yashodanandana Brojo Janaran Ira Tira Yes, we can.
Jai Om Sma Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Sutta Sadasana Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ananda Koriya Swami Jai Namacharya Srila Prabhupada Jai Prem Jikaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhupada Jai Sri Radha Krishna Prabhupada Radha Krishna Jai Ravan Dham Jai Navadip Dham Jai Prabhupada Jai Ramaya Jai Durga Devi ki Jai Bhakti Devi ki Jai Navadip Bhakti ki Jai All glory to the Lord. All glory to the Lord. All glory to the Lord. Thank you very much. Rayena Munayu Rajan Divitya Vidisheda Nailunnastya Ramantesma Gunanu Kathane Hare. So, there is a stage which is called Paramahamsa Stage. At that time, one is not very strictly following the regulatory principles. Not that they are not following, but they are above all regulatory principles. But we should not imitate that. And now we have become Paramahamsa. We can neglect our regulatory principles. No. The Paramahamsa stage is described. If you simply imitate that now I have become Paramahamsa, I do not require to follow rules and regulations. But you must prove that you are Paramahamsa. That what is that Paramahamsa state? That is Naigunnasya Ramantesva Gunanu Kathane. His only business is to glorify Krishna. He does not do it. Not that I become Paramsa, let me eat and sleep. No, the symptom is that he cannot waste a moment without glorifying Krishna. That is possible. At that time, you can know that when you cannot remain even for a single moment without describing Krishna, then you can know that you are in the Paramahamsa. No attachment. Anything material. Simply attachment for Krishna. Then you can give up the regulative force. Not before that. Don't imitate. Unless you come to that stage, positive stage. It is not that simply negative. Negative means you must stand on a positive platform. Therefore, those who are Sunnavadi, simply negative. There's other day some Jain Buddhist came. He said that to become desireless. These nonsense people, they do not know it is impossible to become desireless. They are thinking, therefore they are disturbed. Always. It is not possible to become desireless. That is the negative portion. Nirvana. That is Buddha village. Nirvana. Stop this material nonsense. But unless he has got positive activities, how he can give up this nonsense? Paramdhishta nivarta. He must give good engagement. Otherwise he'll go on committing on nonsense. It's like you have been given good engagement, Deity Worship, and so many other things you are engaged. Therefore you have no time to divert your attention for nonsense things. And simply artificially, if you want to stop, no. The USA government, they try to stop this intoxication habit, LSD, millions of dollars. Not a single man was stopped. Not a single man. And here in Krishna consciousness, as soon as they come, immediately. Why? Parangdishtani vartate. When you understand that he is bitter in intoxication, why should I go to LSD? That is required. So here it is said, Prayanamunayo, Radha, my dear king, Nibbitta vidhi. Vidhi and Nished, the two things. We say, you chant Hare Krishna mantra and private, no illicit sex, negative and positive. So, vidhi means do's and nishad do nots. So this is the beginning of life. Don't try to become Paramahamsa, Munoya, from the very beginning. Then you fall flat. That is not the way. When you actually be situated, Noigunne. Noigunne means above the material nature. That is called Noigunne. This material nature is called Troigunna. Troigunna means three modes of material nature. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. So, when you become above this three guna, then there is possibility of becoming Noigunna. The Arjuna advised Arjuna, Starigunna Vishaya Veda, Nistarigunna Bhavarjuna. Vedas, they are dealing with these three gunas. Vedas giving direction according to the guna. The Satagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. The one who is in the Satagun, for them there are 6 Puranas Satagun, Tamagun, Rajagun. 18 Puranas there. Some of them are for the persons who are situated on the modes of goodness. And some of them are for the persons who are in Rajagun. And some of them are for persons in Tamo. Just like in the Vedic Shastra, there is also recommendation to worship goddess Kali. That is for the Tamo, not for the Satagun. For the Satagun, the Vishnu Puran, Brahmanda Puran, Brahma Vaivasti Puran, Bhagavad Puran. Because knowledge has to be given to everyone, but according to his capacity. If one is in Tamogun, you cannot raise him immediately to the Satagun. Tamogun is meat eating, drinking. These are Tamogun, the darkness. So, the Vedas has given chance then. All right, you want to eat meat, all right, eat meat, but offering to the goddess Kali, minerality. It is not required, but the rascal will not hear immediately, therefore giving some concession. All right, you can eat meat by offering sacrifice, not the cow, but one lower animal which is useless, like goats, generally goat, and the chicken, they do that. But it is not meant for the Satagun. Satagun prescription is different. Rajagun prescription is different. On the whole, we are always mixed up with the Satagun, Rajagun, Tamas. That is our material position. Therefore, sometimes we come to Krishna consciousness when we are in Satagun, again sometimes fall down. With Tamagun attacks, Rajagun attacks. So, we have to become above this. Trayurna Vishaya Veda, Nistayurna Bhava. Krishna advised me that you become above these three gurus. So, how it can be done? It can be done simply by hearing about Krishna. This is Nastha Ramante Sma Gunanu Kathane Hari. If you simply engage yourself, only hearing about Krishna, then you understand. This is the path. Simple, no other business. So we have given you so many books. Don't sleep. Don't waste a single moment. Of course, we have to sleep. Reduce it as much as possible. Eating, sleeping, mating, and depending, reduce it. Nidrahar viharakadi vijito. That is the example given by the Goswamis. Nidra, ahara, and vihara. Ahara means eating, and vihara means sense enjoyment, and nidra means sleeping. Nidrahar viharakadi vijito conquered. That is spiritual platform. No more sleeping, no more eating, no more sexual. That is practical. And one who can conquer over these three things, eating, sleeping, and sex life, is fearless. Otherwise, there is no requirement of defense, because they can meet any situation. That is Paramahamsa Stage. Nirbhita. Munaya, prayana munaya, rajan, nibbitya vidhi. For them there is no recognition. Don't imitate, that has become some of our student exhibited that there is no need of, we are all Paramahamsa. Paramahamsa is not rascal number one. Here is the test. When he will not be influenced by the material qualities, Rajaman, Sataman, Tam. And the test is the Nidrahara Viharaka Vijito. The conquering over the sleeping. Nidra, first thing is mentioned there. Sleeping and eating and sense enjoyment. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Gunanukatha. These Goswamis, they are always writing books. Gunanukatha. Gunu. What is the writing books? When you write these books, what is that? They're simply describing the different activities and attributes of Krishna. Anukathane. Anu means not whimsical. Following the superior authorities. You cannot write anything which is not approved by the superior authorities. Therefore, we have to give examples, quotation from the Shastra, that what I am speaking, it is supported by the Shastra. Not that I have invented power. I can do, I can write anything. That is nonsense. Anukathane. Anukathane means you must hear from the authority perfectly, then try to write. Not that you write musically, whatever you write. That is not allowed. That is not the action. Therefore, in the beginning, in this chapter, we learn this word, the Varyanesha Radha. Varyan esate prasna pituloko hitam nipo atmavid sammatam. Atmavid sammatam. It is approved by the realization. Not that whimsically I do something, I do question something. No. It must be, the question must be approved by Atmavid, self-realized person, and the answer should be given by the self-realized. Atmavid sammata. This is one thing. So we have no independence. As in materially also, we have no independence. There is no independence, either material or spiritual. That is falsely thinking to become independent. That is called illusion, Maya. The rascals do not know that there is no independence at all, either materially or spiritually. Just like the outlaws, there is no independence, either criminally or civilly. When he is a civil citizen, good citizen, there is no independence. And when he is criminal, there is no independence. So why he is thinking that I shall act this work criminally and become independent? That is not possible. Because they cannot understand it, they are asking. What is thinking independence, that is illusion. Where is your independence? Illusion. Maya. When you are under the strict rules and regulation of the material nature, how you are independent? They think that to surrender to Krishna, this is slave mentality. I shall remain free. But where is your freedom, sir? So there is, so long one is rascal, falsely thinking that is independent, there must be the regulatory principle. He must observe the regulatory principle within it. In this way, when he is actually situated in the transcendental platform, that is called Nirgunna Stha. Stha means situated. Tishtati, it is for one who stays, not flickering, permanent. Nirguna. This Nirguna means devotional service. This is not. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Mancha Vyavicharini Bhakti Yogena Jasivate Sagunan Samatitaitan Brahma Bhuyat. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatman Suchati Nakankati Samas Sarveshu Bhuteshu Madhu Tinavati Para. Everything is there. So Naiguna means one who is 24 hours engaged in devotional service. He is in the Naiguna platform. No more influenced by these material qualities. Mancha Bhavichari. Bhavichari means without any flaw, without any fault, simply according to the restriction or instruction of the Shastra and spiritual master, one is strictly following and engaged in devotion service, then he is Saguna Samatitayata. He can conquer or surpass over the three modes of material nature. And his stage is Brahma Bhuvaya Kalpana. So when you are actually on the Brahma, everyone can say, I am now the Brahma. The symptom is there. You cannot cheat. Now what is that? Now, Brahma Bhuta Prasanna. If you are actually on the Brahma Bhuta platform, then the symptom will be Prasannatma, jolly. Always. There are no more morose. Always. That is the first symptom. Oh, I am now free from the material clutches. Because as soon as you are actually engaged in devotional service, there are no more, punishment by the material nature. Brahma Bhuta Prasanna. So therefore, he is always jubilant, prasanna. What is the meaning of prasanna? Prasannatma means na sochati na kankati. He does not desire anything, does not lament for anything. That is one. If there is something lost, never mind. Krishna desire, lost, no something. And if there is gain, it does not jump over. I have done this, I have done this. Like monkey. No. Everything Krishna. I am engaged in Krishna's service. Suppose if there is some loss, so it is Krishna's desire. And if there is some profit, it is Krishna's money. I don't possess anything. Why shall I jump? Jump, of course, we can jump. Because we have gained so much things, so many things for Krishna. That is another. So now Suchati Nakankati, Samat Sarveshu Bhuteshu, then is equal to everyone. You understand that everyone is the spirit soul. Somewhere or other he is entangled in this material body. So, because I am now Madhbhakti, Prasannatma Nasutati Samasarvesha Madhbhakti, then he is fit for transcendental service to be. And after being liberated from this Trayuna, three material, one has to be situated in the Naistaygunya. Here it is stay. Naigunya. Naigunya, Naistaygunya. The same meaning. Naigunyasthya Ramante, enjoys life. As soon as you come to the platform of Naigunya, without being infected by the three material qualities, then Ramante, everything is pleasant. Ramante yogina anante. Therefore those who are yogis, who are bhakta yogi, they also enjoy life. It is not that we restrict that don't enjoy sense This is not enjoyment, this is bondage. This is bondage. Suppose I am enjoying either illicit or legal sex life, then I am become under bondage. Even it is legal sex life, I get children. There's so many things I have got duty to the children. So, either goodness or ignorance, this is bondage. This is bondage. Therefore, one has to become above the Trayun. That is called Mandir. Nirgunasthya, Ramant. They are saying here. What is that enjoyment? Ramante Yogina Anante. That is not limited enjoyment for few minutes. No, Anante, eternal enjoyment. Ramante Yogina Anante. And that is Satya Ananda, that is real Ananda, that is real bliss. When your Ananda does not stop, it continues. That is real Ananda. And the Ananda or the pleasure which is for few seconds or few minutes, that is not Ananda. That is illusion. Real Ananda is it will continue. It will never stop. It will never end. Therefore it is said, Ramante Yogina Anante. Anante means unlimited. Ramante Yogina Anante. Satyananda, that is real happiness. Iti Ramapade Nasu Parabrahma iti avidiyate. Because when we enter the platform of continuous blissfulness, Ananda, and that is the connection, that is the meaning of Rama. The Rama Parabrahma. That means when one is situated in the service of the Parabrahma, then his life is successful. So here it is said, Naigunasya Ramantesma Gunanukathane Hare. Then not a single moment is wasted without talking about Krishna. Bachansi Vaikuntha Gunanuvarnana in other places. Savai Mana Krishna Padaravinda Bachansi Vaikuntha Gunanuvarnana. So practice this. First of all, fix up your mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. And that is called Savai Mana Krishna Padaravinda. So if your mind is fixed up, then other senses will act, because other senses are acting under the leadership of the mind. Mind is your enemy and mind is your friend. When the mind is engaged in Krishna consciousness, that mind is your friend. And the mind, when it is engaged in other consciousness, that is your enemy. So you can create your mind, friend or enemy, according to your desire. If you fix up all that, the deity worship means to fix up your mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. Always worshipping Krishna. So therefore I am asking why there is no uncle bed. There must be uncle bed, the lotus feet of Krishna. So, if you fix up your mind, then immediately fix up your mind on the lotus feet of Krishna, immediately you are Nirgunasya, situated in the Nirguna, transcendental platform. In another place it is also said, Simradam Sakatha Krishna Punna Savana Kirtana Riddantasta Avadrani Vidunati Suhis Satam. Krishna is situated within your heart. He is your best friend. Sridham Sarvabhutana is always willing how your perfect welfare can be done. Krishna is so nice friend. I am taking the body of a hog, that is also Krishna advising me. And when in the body of a human being, there also Krishna is advising me. Krishna is so kind. Therefore, Srila Sarvabhutana is friend not only of human being, the hogs, dogs, cats, everyone. Srila Sarvabhutana. This is the science one has to know. Bhoktaram Jalgatamsam Sarvarupa Maheshtaram. And Sridam Sarvabhutanam Gyatta Mam Shantimicchati. So everyone is trying to become leader of the society, Sridam, welfare actor. But that is impossible because he is a rascal. How he can become their friend? The one's business is that he should make friendship with Krishna and advise others also to make friendship with Krishna. That is real business. That is real. And the rascal he does not know what is his own benefit and he has become a leader. Sanatana Goswami says, Apunar hitahit kichu nahi jai. Sir, I was minister and people used to say that I am very learned scholar and this and that. But I was also accepting. Oh. But actually, since I have come in your contact, I thought that what kind of leader I am. I do not know what is beneficial for me. I am such a leader, I am such a fool. I do not know my own benefit and I want to become leader to lead others for benefit of life. A blind man, he does not think that he is blind. How he can lead others other blind? But this is cheating. All these leaders, so-called rascal leaders, they are blind themselves. They do not know what is the aim of life, and they become leaders. And the leader, blind leader and the blind follower, they are all going to hell. This is the position. Therefore, we should be careful that don't imitate that I have now become Paramahamsa. I do not require to follow the rules and regulations. Let me do whatever I like. Don't do that. The taste is there. Taste is there. Here it is said, Gunanu Kathane Hari. When you are Paramahamsa, then you have no other business than simply to hear about Krishna and chant about Krishna. Thank you.
हरे कृष्ण। तो आज हमने श्रील प्रभुपाद से श्रीमद् भागवतम के दूसरे स्कंद पहला अध्याय 7वें श्लोक के ऊपर प्रवचन सुना, तो उसके ऊपर कुछ अभी चर्चा करेंगे। तो श्रील प्रभुपाद जी प्रथम बता रहे थे इस श्लोक के ऊपर का जो मेन मुद्दा है वो है परमहंस स्टेज। तो कौन होता है परमहंस? प्रभुपाद जी बता रहे थे। नारायण जी।
हरे कृष्ण। सो प्रभुपाद जी बता रहे थे कि परमहंसा स्टेज गुणानुकथने हरे, तो उनका मतलब परमहंसा जी हो उनका एक ही मकसद रहता है, बिजनेस, वो है टू ग्लोरीफाई कृष्ण।
यस, ऑलवेज
ग्लोरीफाई कृष्ण,
ग्लोरीफाइंग कृष्ण। और एक दो इसी के साथ और दो बताएं। मतलब ऑलवेज ग्लोरीफाई कृष्ण मीन्स नॉट अ एक